Assalamualaikum and greetings to everyone. Today we are going to present about a case study on Malaysia Airlines regarding the tragedy of MH370. My name is Siti Nur Azmah binti Azanan.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Sarah Sofia binti Ibrahim. Next.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Irfan Khairuddin bin Khairul Anwar.
Hello, my name is Novia Cimlaras Rosalia.
Hi, my name is Fadli Nabila binti Kamarudin.
Over the past 50 years, Malaysia Airlines has grown to become Southeast Asia's largest airline and one of the world's premier international carriers. Flying the most technologically advanced jetliners in the sky, their vast global network serves over 110 cities across 6 continents. Malaysia Airlines' humble origins began in the golden age of travel, a joint initiative of the Ocean Steamship Company of Liverpool, the Straits Steamship Company of Singapore and Imperial Airways led to a proposal to the government of the colonial Straits settlement to run an air service between Penang and Singapore. Then, British Overseas Airways Corporation, which is BOAC, now we call it as British Airways, a technology pioneer and a majority shareholder of MAL, provided technical services such as repairs, spares, and training, even initiating training for local crew members in the UK. The presence of BOAC also facilitated MAL's entry as a member of IATA. In 1966, following Singapore's independence, the governments of Malaysia and Singapore became the majority shareholders in the national carrier. Within 20 years, MAL had grown from a single aircraft operator into a company with 2,400 employees and a fleet operator using the latest Comet 4 jet aircraft, 6 F-27S, 8 DCs and 2 Twin Pioneers. In 1967, a new branding exercise saw MAL changing its name to Malaysia Singapore Airlines, which is MSA. That proved to be a watershed year. Apart from expanding its international routes to Manila, Perth, Sydney and Taipei, MSA also took delivery of 3 pioneering Boeing 707S and 2 F-27S. To service this new route, Sen finally set up its new corporate headquarters in Robinson Road, Singapore. In 1980s, Malaysia Airlines System became the first major government agency to be privatized. In 1985, Malaysia Airlines System entered the corporate sector by offering 70 million shares for sale. Today, Malaysia Airlines has clearly established itself as a carrier of international standing and it is still going strong in its journey to ever greater excellence. Through its Moving Forward initiative, it is now embarking on a drive for change. Here is the crisis that occurred on 2014 that has greatly affected Malaysia Airlines. Referring to the news aired by Astro Awani, Boeing 777 MH370 disappeared from radar view during flight to Beijing from Kuala Lumpur on 8 March 2014, carrying 239 passengers and crews. The government is committed to dismantling the mysterious disappearance of the aircraft when agreeing to use Ocean Infinity, a submarine exploration firm from the United States, to track the plane on January 10, 2018. The search is based on the term no cure, no fee. Payment is only made when the debris is found within 19 days. The search mission involving 65 crew members, including 2 members of the Royal Malaysian Navy, which is RMN, as the representative of the Malaysian government and the ship constructor, has conducted a search covering an area of more than 16,000 square kilometers. The search for MH370 aircraft has come to an end without the conclusion, leading to economic and non-economic losses, emotional and physical problems, anxieties and mental and psychiatric problems for their
Failed to communicate with stakeholders with the appropriate tools. For an example, they made the foolhardy mistake of notifying family that all aboard were lost via text message. Second, MAS was perceived to be so tight-lipped with whatever information it did have. And the third one, MAS was being accused by Western media outlets as cultural bias towards only people in position of power being allowed to know the truth. This situation has led to backlash. The fourth one, celebrity and people of influence began calling for boycott of flying with masks. And the last one, lack of coordination and mismanagement consists of providing conflicting reports, misleading information, and backtracking from statements.
The global media voiced its disapproval of the handling of the situation by drawing conclusions as to why Malaysia Airlines was perceived to be so tight-lipped with whatever information it did have. Western media outlets wrote op-ed pieces accusing Malaysia Airlines of a cultural bias towards only people in position of power being allowed to know the truth. This feeling led to backlash against Malaysia Airlines. Celebrities and people of influence began calling for boycott of flying on Malaysia Airlines. Mismanagement consisted of providing conflicting reports, misleading information, and backtracking from statements. The numerous media release further create confusion and is an example of how media and its officials made the crisis even more damaging. Due to their lack of coordination, they have lost their most important strength in the public eye, namely credibility, which is fatal for an airline.
The first assumption arose was terrorism. The information inability to explain why the communication system on the plane were turned off led to the public assumptions of the plane was being hijacked. These assumptions arose due to the Malaysian Airlines did not give enough information to the reporters, and that caused them to shift the news frame and refocus the news angle on rumors. This is prevalent in the case of the MH370 crisis, where conspiracy theories are widespread on the internet, being the main medium because information is lack of sufficient detail from trusted resource. However, Acting Minister of Transportation on Datuk Hisamuddin Tun Hussein said that the last signal has been received less than 1 hour after taking off. Hisamuddin also quoted that 4 passengers MH370 had traveled with stolen passport, which was later converted into 2. Furthermore, Interior Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi described 2 passengers on fake passport as Asian-looking, but that were later rejected by other officials. And the second example, another confusing statement were released to the media is Malaysian Police Chief Khalid Abu Bakar said that they had visited the pilots' homes on March 16, but then issued another statement that was contrary to the previous account. He said he first visited the pilot's home on March 9, the day after the flight disappeared. Mechanical failure. When communications with flights stop, Malaysian Airlines cannot provide specific information about it because the aircraft automatic tracking system has been closed, as announced a few days later. Why this happened is another question that cannot be answered by the Malaysian government. Third, the various news reports raise the issue of improper and incomplete information issued by different spokespersons, causing confusion and misinformation. For example, first, the group CEO Ahmad Jauhari Yahya was quoted by the media as saying that the plane was still in contact with air traffic controllers about 2 hours before the flight. So in conclusion, throughout the crisis phase, Malaysia Airlines and government officials were criticized for the conflicting information issued by various civilians and military leaders and lack of crisis management experience. Malaysian Airlines is not prepared for demands of detailed information needed by the media. Many of them were criticized by the informational media for their mistakes, and unprofessionalism, undermining the reputations of Malaysia Airlines.
Okay, so I will continue the presentation with the data analysis based on the few of information are released to the internet for the public from the MAS itself, from the authorities itself, such as possible causes of the incident, a flight path of the MH370, and the initial information that are released by the MAS from their Facebook. A clear explanation from the authorities and the MAS itself are important to ensure the message they are delivered to the audience and the receiver can be understand. Okay, first of all, we are referring to their Facebook post, which is on 8 March 2014, which they are released a flight details, contents about flight details such as a total numbers of victims, including the pilot and crew, and in the same post they are sharing their further action into this crisis, which they are working with the authorities to start located the aircraft through the search and rescue team. The other data analysis about the flight MH370 is, as in reference, the infographic is explained. They are explaining about the flight route from the Malaysia to the Beijing, which is the route used by the airplanes from the KLIA to Beijing, while in the same pictures the passengers information based on their nationality are represented. Okay, and clearly the information is easy to understand and to explain the plane's route from the KLIA to the Beijing that across a few countries. The other data released for the media and the public is the infographic about the possible causes for the loss of flight MH370. And on the same time, in this infographic, they are listing and explaining a few of possible causes, such as a bad weather, an engine failure, a hijack, a terrorist attack, and a pilot suicide. In the same infographic, the expert has explained the engines used by the MH.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome to Roadshare Flight or a 401 to London Heathrow.
There is several preferred alternatives that can be used for the company organization after having their crisis. For example, Malaysia Airlines can use a crisis response capability. They need to respond to the emotional needs, which is they have to show they're responsible to the victim families, that they feel sorry about what happened. Second, as a state-owned airlines, Malaysia Airlines should give a favorable rate to the cardholder loyalty. They have to show them that the cardholder loyalty or their loyal passengers is important for them. Third, the Malaysia Airlines should rebranding their brands. This is because after the crisis happened, it hurts for them to recover from the crisis, and they have to make a promotion or any recovery plan to make sure that their organization or their business can stable as before. Next, Malaysia Airlines should be a transparent to their stakeholder or to their investor. This is because every investor have their own demand to see, or they want to know about the financial status after the company having a crisis. So the Malaysia Airlines have to show that they're truly and honest want to get the financial from the investor. Predicted outcomes can be made after the organization or the business having a crisis. First, the Malaysia Airlines should develop the individual crisis management. The individual crisis management can help them to make a research about their organization businesses. Therefore, they also have been responsible to manage the crisis if it will happen again to their organization or business. Second, a prepare planning. A prepare planning is a planning that have been prepared if the crisis can happen again or have a potential to happen. This is because after having one crisis, they must be having another crisis. So they have to make a planning what will happen if the crisis happen again. Third, the last predicted is they must develop a business continue planning. The business continue planning is a planning that have been planned after the crisis happened. This method is used to recover from the crisis if it happened to the business or to the organizations. There are three recommendations for the Malaysia Airlines and also for their leaders. First, the crisis readiness should be given the same priority in the organization, and the crisis management team will be responsible to do the crisis readiness. This is because the crisis management team is the one that should know what happened to their business environment, and they also have to give an opinion to the leadership or to the board what to do if the crisis happen. Therefore, the leadership and also the board have to give their fully attention and continuous attention to the crisis management team. Next, the crisis readiness should be given the identification line in the organization financial. This is because when the crisis happen or the crisis hit the organization, they must be affected to the financial. Therefore, the financial department also must have their own planning if the crisis happen to the company. Last but not least, the crisis readiness should be given the clear grant of the authority from the leadership and also from the board. This is because the crisis management team has a big responsibility to do the crisis readiness. They have to know what type of crisis happen, how their environment will work, and they also have to give an advice to the organization how to manage or to adapt with the crisis. Therefore, they also have a power and authority to make a decisions if the crisis happen, and they also have to act fast if the board or the leadership ask their opinion.